comedy should hold no allegiance to any form of authority in this country. And so if you're going to get, and you go, oh, because I'm getting canceled, go cry me a river, you little fucking baby. Hi, everybody. Welcome to FND Pod. I'm Vinny.
And I'm Aaron.
And Aaron, what did I just say a moment ago? This is episode what?
80 for the ladies.
Episode 80 for the ladies. So ladies out there, we got 2-for-1 drink specials. We're going to be taking song requests all night. And come on up, put your name in the raffle bowl for a chance to win the prize.
We got some smooth tunes coming at you.
So this is another week where we're not talking about a movie because
Can I take the blame here?
Yeah, I was going to say because
Can you throw me under, dude?
Because why, Aaron?
Because look, I had a booked up weekend, all right? My weekend was booked to the max booking.
Yeah.
And I didn't have time.
And
I
you
was
run
going
some kind
to
of race or something? Did I see in your social media you did a race?
I did a race. And
did you win?
Yeah, dude, first. I crossed the finish line. The competition was miles behind me. I was like, "What? This was it?"
I'm just gonna say, if you missed the very important homework you needed to do for this podcast, it better be for a good reason, and that reason better be is because you won the race.
I got a medal. Okay.
You got a participation trophy, you little weak millennial.
I know, I did.
Can you?
They give them. Everybody gets a medal.
Is it within grabbing distance of you right now?
Yeah.
Can I see
you
it?
You want to see that beauty?
Yeah. For those listening,
get ready.
For those listening, I'm going to describe the medal. Aaron is walking away from the desk. He is going to the back of the room. He's grabbed what I'm assuming is the medal. He's coming back. He's putting his earbuds back in. He is now going to present the medal. Wow. It is a donut. It looks like a chocolate donut. It's a bronze. Is that copper plated and it's an engraved with an image of a road that is alongside a nice sort of like those would be the Cleveland Metro Parks, I'm assuming.
This was the Akron Marathon Relay.
And the O is for outstanding.
Yes. So the way it works is the relay. I did the relay. I didn't do the half or the full. So the relay, they break up a full marathon into like chunks. So you do 5 miles, your partner does 5 miles, then your other teammate does 5, and so on and so forth. So then they give you a medal for which leg you ran. So I ran the fourth leg, so I got the O. Last year I did the first leg, and I got the A. So I'm gunning for all the letters.
Wait, I'm sorry. What? Hold on, because the letters spell what?
Akron.
And you did the O. Okay, I thought you said you did the last leg this time.
No, 4.
Got it. Sorry.
And yeah, it was a fun time.
So this is going to be, you're collecting, this is going to take 5 years for you to collect them all.
I guess so.
Yeah. And did your teammates, how do you feel, were your teammates proud of your performance?
I think I held my own.
Yeah, okay.
But look, I was with a team full of ladies.
Where are we going with this, Aaron? Where are we going with this?
80 for the ladies.
What are you about to say?
And if I could just say, they kind of kicked my butt.
Oh, I thought you were
because the first leg was 7 miles. It was the hardest. They kind of like tiered it in the list, and they said like, okay, well, this is like the hardest to the easiest. I had one of the harder legs, but it was shorter. It was hard because it was uphill. The escalation. It was 280 feet of escalation.
280 for the ladies.
Yeah, 280. Yeah, and I was running, and I was like, this isn't that bad. What are they talking about? And then I get to this bend, and the people cheering on the sides are like, you got it, you can do the hill. And I was like, hill? And I look out, and it's just like this steep incline. I was like, oh no.
It's like that scene from The Long Walk. Wait, did you see that movie yet?
Not yet.
That's another one.
I know. I gotta. So okay. So if we can bring it back, you've been clearly crushing it, getting to all the films that we need to be talking about. But I've been.
I also once again I have less responsibilities than you, so
yeah, I know.
I'm not even upset about it.
To be fair, I did want to see One Battle, But the only time that it might have even worked is to see a late showing on Saturday
Yeah.
Friday night, and then I had that race early in the morning. I had to get up at like 4:45 for the race, and I was like, you know what, I'm just not gonna.
Let's not do that.
not
Don't
gonna
do it to
it.
yourself.
So yes, I have some catching up to do, but we should tell people what the plan is for next week.
The plan is, so what we would like to do is we're going to release, hey, it's Monday, by the way. Welcome, it's Monday. Hope you had a nice weekend. We'll be recording one battle after another tonight, and that will be released maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. And then you and I need to get another one in the can for Spooky
season is on us.
We need to get another one in the can because it sounds like we're both going to be out of town for the weekend.
Yeah, well, I will be back on Friday. I'll be in Vegas Wednesday to Friday. Where will you be?
I will be in New York for the for
some
for
nuptials
for the fusing of two souls. For to listen to two people express a lifelong bond through sickness and health and disagreements, big and small. So I'll be at a wedding in New York.
That's lovely. Do you know if it's a big wedding?
It's not a big fat Greek wedding, that's for sure. I don't think it's I don't know. Frankly, Aaron, I don't know. I don't think it's a huge wedding.
Just show up, eat all the food, dance your tail off, because guess what? You don't gotta deal about a thing. It's their responsibility to give you a good time, as far as I'm concerned. Okay.
I just gotta show up. I gotta bring my personality, and that's it.
Yeah. Dude,
I guess I should bring a gift of some kind. God damn.
Gifts.
I should bring them like money or something. Just give them cash.
Yeah, dude. Stuff some cash in an envelope.
Right. I mean, there isn't. I believe on there. I don't actually. I should look at because they have a couple's website, and I don't know if there's a registry.
They'd be crazy not to have one. They'd be crazy. Unless it's something where like they've been together for a long time and they're like, oh well, we already have everything we need, and they'll just do like cash gifts. But you're not gonna throw a wedding and be like, no, we don't need anything, nothing at all.
Family only, date, time, location. This website is.
Why don't you buy him a vacuum?
Who's invited? This is a small family only event. Many of whom will be meeting for the first time. Okay.
Why don't you get him a Dyson?
Elevated casual, camera ready, but not. Man, the ceremony is family only. Wait, what?
How are you you're about to go next weekend? You're just learning this?
Yeah, I mean, I just figured like.
Did you buy you bought your ticket already and you didn't even know you weren't invited to the ceremony?
After the ceremony, we're hosting dinner, drinks, games, and dancing for everybody. Okay, I'm not gonna say where. And then there's a picnic the next day. Yeah, okay, so I guess I'm not going to the ceremony, but I'm going to the reception.
Oh, good thing you read that and didn't just show up.
I would have figured that out eventually.
Yeah.
I'm also going. There's going to be two.
Standing outside the door, be like,
two,
no, I know them. I know. Let me in.
Two of our pals are also going to be there with some friends, so they certainly would have filled me in on the details.
Yeah, I'm glad nobody else that was more aware told you this very important detail.
Well, it's all on the website, man. I just had to look at it. But again, I don't see a registry for gifts. What did I get you for your wedding?
Must not have been that memorable.
Right, yeah. Sorry about that.
I remember what Zach got me.
Okay, great. So great.
Zach got me a
I don't
really
care.
nice
No,
hamper.
I don't want to. What?
Because Zach got me a nice hamper because he said, I want you to think of me every time you take your clothes off.
That's
and I appreciated
perverted.
that.
That's
and then
disgusting.
I think he got me pillows because he valued my sleep.
I'm sure. Okay, thanks for throwing that in my face.
I think actually you might have just stuffed some cash in a envelope.
I probably did.
But dude, I'm not judging. I don't think that's any less.
You're not. You're not? You can be honest.
I cherish you, Vin.
Oh, bullshit.
And you wouldn't be you if I didn't get something that I was like, this is...
Like if I got something and you knew I was phoning it in, you would rather me just give you cash instead of some gift that I just grabbed off the shelf or just kind of arbitrarily gave.
I could be making this up, But for one special event, whether it was my birthday or something, you got me a card that didn't fit the occasion and you crossed it out and wrote in, like if it was for our wedding and
Right.
you would say like happy birthday, but then you would cross off birthday and put wedding.
Yeah.
And that I looked at it and I was like, that I love that, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody else would have the balls to do that.
I've done that for a few occasions. For
That's
people.
comedy, baby.
I like to switch it up. I like to keep people guessing. I like to have fun. I like to look at life and go, how can I sort of like subvert this? How can
Yeah.
I twist this? How can I make it more fun? Because dude, you
can I
gotta have
pervert
fun
this?
because there's always something bad happening otherwise.
That's really, if that's the takeaway, if anybody should take anything away from FND Pod, it's just
There's
kinda
always
just
something-
get goofy.
there's
There's always room for goofs.
There's always room for good. You should always find a way to look at a situation and go, how can I make this like fun how can I make this more fun for everybody? How can
Cooper's father, Cliff, God rest his soul, who has passed, Cooper would always tell us the funniest stories because Cliff was a goofster, extremely talented. But I always think about this story Coop would tell. He went to, I think, Thanksgiving, and Cliff, he hid some chocolate pudding in the mashed potatoes just right in the center. And so when the family went to dig in, I think Coop's uncle took a big scoop and saw there was chocolate pudding inside and said, "God damn it, Cliff!" And
just
that
knew
always stuck. That always stuck with me.
He
I
just
love
knew.
it. Just love it.
Knew right away. Well, so there's love in the air. There was a shooting at a church yesterday. Sorry.
Good segue. Good segue.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm just saying there was. I did see. I already did see one battle after another. I already said that, and it's good. Aaron, it's good. I think you're gonna like it.
Give me a little morsel.
One battle after another.
Well, I was more so talking about like your review. What was it? Is that part of the? Is there a theme song?
They do that. Yeah, that's the credit song.
Oh, cool.
You know,
I legit thought you just made that up.
No, it's that song. One thing after another. Do you know what song I'm talking about?
Maybe, yeah. I think if I heard it,
You would if you heard it. Anyway, you know, this movie is one that everybody's talking about. I can't remember the last time a film was this talked about amongst everyone I know. People are like, oh, we just saw it last night. I got to go see it. I got people DMing me like, oh, did you see this one? And
it's like all the rage.
I will say this. It's not PT's best. But also...
No!
But also...
Too much already. I don't want that much. Spoilers.
I mean, There Will Be Blood is like, that's hard to top.
I mean,
Boogie Nights is hard to top.
if anybody's got a catalog that's going to be hard to outperform, it's it's PT's for sure.
So, but look, it's a great. I think everyone on planet Earth should go see it. If that's not
billions and billions of dollars at the box office is what you're saying.
if that's not a positive endorsement, I don't know what is. I mean, we could tee up. I could really quick just tee up 2 reviews from Letterboxd.
If you got them handy, let's get after it.
I don't.
Wait. But maybe I don't want to know them.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't see the reviews before.
Yeah.
I'm really curious.
Because already what you said, I've also heard from some people, and already what they said is like too much for me. I'm like, I don't know. Just got to get it out of my head.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So anyway,
So yeah, all of that is to say no film talk today. So anybody who's about to jump off because of fear of spoilers, don't hang with us.
because
Hang with us, baby.
we're about to talk about Mad Lib. Aaron, fill in the blank.
The Riyadh Comedy Festival.
In Saudi Arabia.
Were you invited, Vin?
Yeah.
Did you take that bag or did you have values?
No, I wasn't invited, but I would go.
If
Just
they
kidding.
dropped a fat bag, they'd actually probably just be able to drop a small tiny wad of cash for you, and you'd be like, "Sign me up."
You know what? I would, Aaron. I'd like to say that I wouldn't do it. I'd like to sit here. I'd like to sit on principle, and say no. I wouldn't take their money.
You sound an awful lot like a lot of the Redditors online that are bashing their fellow their favorite comedians for going and saying like, how could they?
I'd
How
like
could they?
to,
But how many of
because
us
let's
would?
talk. Let's talk about it because, like, okay, so Saudi Arabia, they definitely chopped up a U.S. reporter,
Yeah, I think actually they killed
Jamal
another
Khashoggi.
reporter recently.
They definitely have, like human rights violations, but the U.S.'s hands aren't clean. Um, I do feel like for all the sins of for all the all Saudi Arabia sins, I feel like the U.S. has ones that are comparable. And I
I'm
mean, and I'm also maybe displaying a huge amount of ignorance right now, but like it's I'm not saying anything profound when I say like America's done a lot of bad things, obviously. But I mean, I'm gonna assume here let me just read an article. The money's come. This is a Deadline article. The money. Shit, where'd it go? God dang it. The money's coming straight from the Crown Prince, who actively executes journalists, people with non-lethal drug offenses, bloggers.
Oh, that's even. I didn't even realize.
A lot of you
Like
can't
it's
say.
coming right from him. Oh,
A lot of the you can't say anything anymore. Comedians are doing the festival. And this is coming, and this is a quote from Atsuko Akatsuka, um, and yeah. So, I mean, I feel like didn't Shane Gillis say he's not doing it?
yeah. I think Shane Gillis and there was somebody
Mark
else.
Maron.
Mark Maron. Oh no, but Mark Maron also had a funny quote where he said like he didn't get an offer, so he's like, I can't stand here and be like, you know,
Oh yeah.
mightier than thou, and he didn't even
Yeah.
have an offer to turn down, but he did make comments on it on his show, I think.
I think I listened to what's his name, Tim Dillon. I think he's doing it.
Tim Dillon, from what I heard, was offered and accepted, but then trashed the Saudis on his podcast, and then they
Right.
rescinded the offer.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
Yeah, he straight up said, "I'm doing it for the money," which that's his whole brand of comedy is just like self awareness of how hypocritical he and everyone is who tries to stand on a principle. So I'm not even mad at that. So it's hilarious that he said the barefaced truth, and then it blew up in his face.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
great. Yeah, I was disappointed to see like Bill Burr was doing it
I think most people were.
because he's supposed to be this. You just, hey man.
Well,
I thought-
he's also been very political lately. Well, I don't know if lately. Maybe he has been his whole career, but I've been seeing stuff lately that is very, politically charged, and he's kind of calling out the rights and wrongs of each party, and so yeah, that was surprising to see. Dave Chappelle doesn't really surprise me. Pete Davidson,
Oh,
the
that doesn't
connection
surprise me.
there, it kind of does for me. I mean, I don't know about him personally, but his past is like, with his father dying in 9/11, seems like.
Wait, what? Cause did the Saudis like?
Yeah, they funded 9/11.
They funded it, right?
Yeah, they were like behind it.
Dude, there's so many connections to it from. I can't even keep. And it was long ago.
Yeah, I mean,
It's one of the. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Again,
so was the
not
Saudis that
standing
funded
here,
it?
not standing here as a person who is not getting millions in an offer to potentially do that and be like, oh, well,
I wouldn't do it.
But I just that was just reading the news and being like and reacting to it and be like, oh, this is interesting. How this is. Did you see? Oh, now I'm gonna forget his name. Zach.
Galifianakis.
No,
Efron.
Zach. No, the tall comedian, the actor Zach Woods.
Yeah, Zach Woods.
Did you see his Instagram post about it?
I did see something about it.
Oh.
I saw his. I don't remember. I know he's against it. I forget what he said, but I remember thinking it was funny.
Yeah, no, it was very good. It's very on point.
Yeah. So once again, I'd like to think I would turn it down, but I also think if I'm at the stature of a comedian to be invited, I'm probably already doing fine.
That would be but you're doing fine compared to, have they leaked any, like, has anybody revealed how much they're getting paid to do it? Because that's the other thing is like, okay, I'm doing fine, but also I have a $5 million paycheck waiting for me to do like a week
Yeah,
overseas. And
and
it's
I
like,
suppose is me not doing it gonna make them, not kill people they disagree
right.
with?
Now, yeah.
If I
Oh,
step back from this,
wait.
and I'm
Vincent
sure,
Degatano has declined. We have to reevaluate our morals.
yeah, if every comedian decided not to do it,
It might send a signal. I
if
mean,
everyone,
think if they really couldn't get anybody booked. I mean, eventually they would. They'd probably just go down the ladder and just get
yeah,
people
find
that
like
are like, yeah, I
incredibly
don't give a
desperate.
yeah. But if they did, there is an argument to be made about like, oh, we can't get anybody worthwhile, like any names.
Let me actually, hold on. I want to see the lineup. I've only I've really only read about this thing in headlines, so I don't actually know who's gonna go. Wayne Brady and friends. Oh, come on, Wayne Brady. Ari Spears, Jack Whitehall, Sugar Sammy. Don't even know who that is. Mo Amer, Ali Sadiq, Ben Hart, Jeff Ross and friends, Gabriel Iglesias, Omid Jalili, Jimmy Oin. What is that? A French comedian? Whatever.
Not familiar.
Jessica Curson, Tom Segura. He fucking sucks anyway.
Boomer.
Wait, no. Does Tom Segura? Wait, he's the one. No, I'm thinking of Bert Kreischer.
Tom Segura is the one who's got the Your Mama's House or something like that.
Or
Whatever
it's like intrusive thought. What is it? Bad
yeah,
thoughts.
his show is the Bad Thoughts.
Right. I think there's some funny shit in that show. He's fine sometimes. I don't know. Joe Coy, Sam Morrill. I like him. Hannibal Buress. Shit. What's Hannibal been doing? I guess he's doing this comedy festival. He needs the money.
This.
Andrew Schultz. That's not surprising. Sebastian Maniscalco. Come on, Sebastian. You're supposed to be one of the good Italians. Jimmy Carr and Louis C.K., Pete Davidson, Mark Normand, Russell Peters, Zarna Garg, Chris Tucker.
Did you even know that Chris Tucker was doing like
Stand up? No. I guess I don't know. I guess the only one I'm really surprised about. Am I really surprised? I don't know enough about any of these comedians, like personal views on things. Would like to assume a comedian, like for example, like when, I don't know, like, okay, I'm about to give my dumb little philosophy on what a comedian even is. No, I'm not. I don't want to do that because I don't want to sound like I'm trying to like I know best. But okay, for example, like when what's his name, Tony Hinchcliffe,
Yeah.
when he went up on the RNC's thing right before Donald Trump got elected, and I'm just thinking like George Carlin he hates this. You know, to me, a comedian is someone who would look at a position of power held by a guy like Donald Trump, or just even a guy like Donald Trump, and go, there are so many absurd things about you that for him to just get up there and act like Donald Trump stands for not himself, and that there, as if the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, both establishment parties, as if they really are looking out for like most middle America's backs and like working class people's backs. If you're gonna
I don't think that's what I don't think that's why he's standing up on stage. If you ask me, the reason that a lot of these comedians that are backing Donald Trump or Republicans for that matter is the fight for freedom of speech.
Oh, how's that going?
Well, right. But that was the whole fight during the election, It's like they branded the left as like cancel culture. You can't cancel me, say whatever you want. And that's why you had people like him probably, if I were to guess, I mean, maybe he would say different, but him and I don't know, Andrew Schultz, anybody who like seemed like they were throwing their support behind him.
It just feels like there are so many more pressing issues in our country that for that to be like the rallying cry is like there's like a bunch of people on Twitter who are mad when I make a joke. Shut the fuck up.
Well, a lot of people that have you ever been canceled?
No.
Then that's that. If you were canceled, dude, that'd probably be numero uno priority for you. Getting uncanceled.
I get maybe if I was canceled. I'm trying to think if I ever would have if we would have made something. We were pretty quiet during that whole period. We weren't making a lot of stuff. I thought about that. Like, cause after the movie came out in 2016, right before Donald Trump got elected, by the way, and we weren't making a lot of sketches and comedy. We weren't actively contributing to like the greater conversation. And part of me is kind of glad for it because I don't know how I didn't know how to address half of that shit.
Well, I think I don't think that we were ever like doing hot button issues. And
No,
when
but
we did, I mean, I think they were kind of like lighthearted.
they're definitely. I feel like they're. I certainly would have felt a want to, because if it's all everyone's talking about, and if we're gonna like contribute some piece of like art and comedy that maybe should comment on things that are going on, it's like I wouldn't have, I don't know how to the best way to address most of that shit.
Well, and that's why I think that I personally wouldn't, unless something struck me and I was like, oh my gosh, I have a great idea. I don't oftentimes know. I know how I feel about things. I don't know sometimes the way I want to articulate my feelings about hot button issues into and distill it down into a piece of comedy that I think is like relevant and timely. I think that's really hard to do. And that's why I feel like I've wanted to stay away from things like that, because not that I'm like worried I would get it wrong. I'm just worried that I wouldn't be able to translate what's in my head to something that made sense for like, a sketch.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But you had like that whole series made about Black Lives Matter.
I did.
You had like 32 episodes.
Where I was the central voice of the show, and I started my own BLM chapter in Twinsburg, Ohio.
Should have got that made. Oh,
and
missed opportunity.
Right. And then I do. We talked about interracial relationships in it. Like I get in a relationship with one of the women in the group, and then she tries to, then she catches me. She thinks I cheated on her, but I didn't. It's just a miscommunication. I didn't ever really got that part figured out. So then she's trying to get me canceled, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna cancel you, and then something else.
I'm uncancelable.
And then something else happens that was like really hot button sensitive that I'm not even trying to make a joke about right now because I don't know. There was a person with a mental handicap in the show. We addressed disability issues. What's that movie coming out with Sandra Bullock?
I have no idea. What are you talking about?
It's called where there's like I believe it's. Wait, no, is it Sandra Bullock? There's one of. Oh my God, it's like. Wait, is Andrew Garfield in it? Oh my God, I'm such a. No, what the hell is it? There's this movie coming out where
you're talking about the Andrew and EO is in it as well.
Yeah, it's like I think she accuses him of sexual abuse, and then
aren't they students of Sandra Bullock's or something? Or no, you're thinking of it's not Sandra Bullock. It's
After the Hunt.
After the Hunt.
It's called After the Hunt. Who's the teacher? Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
College professor finds herself at a personal and professional crossroads when a star pupil levels an accusation against one of her colleagues and a dark secret from her own past threatens to come to light. Okay. So, there are people making movies about this thing. Anyway. So, yeah, dude. let's write a sketch right now about ice.
Okay. Get this. I walk into the room and you're sitting there and you've got like this nice big gulp and it looks super cold and it's such a hot day. And I'm like, oh man, I'd love some ice. And you turn to me and you're like, what the fuck did you just say? And I'm like, I'm dying, man. Have you been out there? We need ice. And you're like, excuse me, are you not paying attention to what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And then,
And you say, I love ice, and I hate foreigners. And
yeah.
I'm like, wait, hold on. Okay, so you're not just talking about the drink.
And I say, no, foreigners is what I call little food that gets in my drink. And I'm like, get those foreigners out. No, not the foreigners out. And no, not in our world.
Right.
You're
yeah.
like, oh, okay. So you are talking about just an ice cube. And I'm like, what? No, man, we have a migration problem. And you're,
And I'm like,
and it goes on like that for 10 minutes.
yeah,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, we'll shoot that soon. How long has it been since you've shot some comedy? You've been actually shooting some stuff. For anybody who doesn't know, you've
No,
been shooting some.
Not really. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you've been helping Jake and Tanner shoot big time friend
Oh,
stuff. How do I
yeah.
remind you of your own life?
Because that's not my stuff. That's their stuff.
I didn't say who had owned it. I just said you've been shooting some
Yeah,
stuff.
Aaron. Instead of writing comedy to address to skewer the political landscape and to discuss what's going on in the world, I'm helping. I'm shooting for bits with my friends about getting peed on. I am the camera person, and
Yeah, to be clear, multiple. By the way, this isn't just like one Instagram short. There is like a series of them that all revolve around
about me
peeing.
getting pissed on. Yeah, really important stuff.
I mean, you could argue though that's what people need right now.
A distraction.
Just
People want to be distracted from what's really going on, man.
just an injection of pure lulls, dude. You guys are doing it for the lulls. In the most purest sense.
I think this to a certain point. I think it's okay to not know what's going on about anything because it's too much. It's just too much.
Dude, don't distract me with the news, all these headlines. Let me film my piss pranks and my piss shorts with my best friends and post them online and have our giggles.
Because
Can we just talk about? So anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, Tanner and Jake are good buddies. They run Big Time Friend, which is a new sketch channel, and they've been putting out a lot of really funny sketches, but they've also turned to shorts. And I wanted to bring up the one that they posted recently, Jake's Goon Time, where Tanner walks into the bedroom, asks Jake if he'd like to go see Superman, and we reveal that Jake has like about 12 like computer screens in front of him, all blasting hardcore porn at the same time. And while that's super funny, they didn't go hard enough on the blurring the first round, and they got the video taken off of Instagram, and they got a strike for it.
they did.
Yes. And I told him, I said, I was like, dude, you guys should have gone harder with the blur. And he goes, oh, it's funny you said that because Marty did the blurring on the screens.
Yeah.
And Marty came back with them more blurred his first round. And Tanner goes, lessen it up a little bit. And Marty's like, are you sure? And he goes, yeah. And then that happens.
They asked me to do it first. I was doing it, and I'm like, I feel like Marty could do this a lot quicker and better than me.
Yeah. No, well, they did repost it and it was more blurred, and I think it got the point across. All you need is the audio anyways. But the less blurred version that they posted, I was like really surprised. I was actually thankful I wasn't around anybody. Like if I opened that,
Yeah.
not just for the audio, because sometimes you watch that stuff on mute, but you could actually see like
What was going on?
what was going on. You could see insertion.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. You guys did not think this was going to work. Also, you're showing porn to people. Like, come on.
You know, Tanner likes to push boundaries. He likes
Dude, he
to.
is such a comedian. He's
Yeah,
such an
that's what a
artist.
real comedian does.
That's what a real artist would do.
Tony Hinchcliffe, take notes. Do you watch a lot of stand up, or even do you I don't really
The
watch or listen to like a lot of comedy. Like the few podcasts I listen to, some of them are humorous, but most of them I don't actively consume a lot of purposefully comedic content these days.
Well, I'm trying to think of, yeah, I definitely don't. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, but I'm trying to think, even podcasts that are considered comedic, I wonder how thoroughly comedic they are. I would consider this like a comedic aligned podcast, but I'm like, it's not like we're dropping jokes like 30 Rock over here, like, so I don't watch it. I see some clips on Instagram, like, who is it? Stavros.
Yeah.
Like I'll see clips from
Stavros.
him. I'll see Beck and Kyle have a new podcast out. I'll see clips that they have, but it's not like stand up. You're not watching something and just like punchline after punchline.
Yeah, I kind of stopped actively watching it. I will. Yeah, I'll see clips online. It's kind of like the stand up comedy I consume is I'm scrolling and I see a clip pop up and I just watch that. Like I can't remember the last time I sat down and watched who was the last special I watched? It was probably Stavros, or it was Shane Gillis' special I watched.
I watched Nate Bargatze's probably most recently.
Oh yeah,
I freaking love Nate. Oh man, I think he's so funny.
didn't he get canceled?
What?
No, okay, no. People were upset. No, did you see about the
Emmys?
Academy Awards or the Emmys?
Yeah. What about it?
The
Yeah, he promised a bunch of money, and then everybody that went over the time of like 45 seconds, he would deduct it from the total. And
right.
Then if they
Some
stayed on-
people were upset about that.
he ended up, well, that's silly, because not only did people not do it, everybody went over, and then by the end of the night, I think they said that it was like negative 60,000 or something like that. But then Nate gave his own money to make up the difference.
Well, but you could see how maybe if I'm winning an award for the first time in my life, and I want to go up there and like what award, like whatever award show, it's a big circle jerk. But like if someone's up there and they're like, hey, I worked really hard for this thing, I came up from nothing, I worked really hard on this thing, I'm getting recognized for the first time ever. I would like to just have some time to like thank people, but now I have to think about I'm taking food out of children's mouths. That was the perspective of why people were like, that's upsetting to watch. I think it's hilarious. I think it's funny. But I could see why people would be like, oh, come on, man. Yeah, you want to agree with me a little bit.
No, because here's the thing. These award shows, it's their entertainment.
If I were,
they're presented, they're not, and I hate to say this because, like if the day ever comes when I'm like, giving a speech for an award I win, yeah, I understand the sentiment. Like, yeah, you would want your time. I agree with that. But at the same time, it's not about the speeches, like it is, you'd love to see a good speech, but the purpose of these shows has become so much like, okay, let's get to the entertaining part, like I'm not sitting there on the edge of my couch like, oh, yeah. Who's The Rock? Oh, is The Rock going to talk about his grandma? And
I don't,
like,
right. I don't,
and every once in a while you do see a really politically charged or like just something with a really strong message from an entertainer, and you're like, hell yeah, like, and that's the entertainment part. But like true award speeches where people go through a laundry list of names that you don't know, yes, are they valuable to the project? Absolutely. Yeah. Should they be recognized? Absolutely. Is that the point of these shows anymore? No. You're broadcasting to 300 million people or more that just have no idea who any of these people are, and that's my point of view on it.
I would have gone so far over. I would have made that number go into the red.
Yeah,
I think that's the way you kind of like
counteract it.
Like, yeah, just like lean into it. Is go, no. They're going to owe me money.
Well, I heard that some people did end up, or they offered at least. They were like, oh, I'll donate the extra, screw it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Which everybody loves to see. You love to see.
I mean, the whole thing, it's kind of like, okay, if we're doing this for the kids, I mean, there's just something to be said. And I feel like we talked about this before, like on this podcast, or maybe in real life. But the idea of like some of the budgets these films have,
Mhm.
like do actors need to get paid that much? And I'm, like, okay, and if I were president, would I go to the studios and go, and you're not allowed to pay your act? Like I wouldn't do that, but like the amount of money being thrown around by some of these people, it's insane.
Well, I think the argument is more so to be made by just like if it's sustainable or not. Is it absurd? Yeah, but you could say that the same for why do NBA players make what they make? Why do I mean it's the capitalistic market, they're highly sought after. There's a scarcity of people who can do what they do. And actors in particular, certain names, even though it's kind of dying now, I feel like, but you have like the stars, that theoretically can bring in a certain amount of money if they're cast, so they
Hmm.
are worth more money. So like it makes sense to me, but yeah, a lot of people have said, is that dying? I actually did see one article get brought up about One Battle After Another, how much it's grossed, which I'm not really sure. I'm not going to give exacts, but they brought that up in comparison to the Demon Slayer movie, the
Hmm.
anime that just released. And Demon Slayer was made for like I don't know, like $15 million or something, and I think it's currently at 600 million in the box office.
Really?
Yeah, and
Wow.
people are comparing that to, you know, One Battle, which obviously just had its opening weekend, but is far beneath that. And I think all total with the marketing budget might be around 150 or something. So like, the differential is pretty staggering. Having said that, I don't like really when people do that because I don't think that is the point that they're trying to make about like, oh, Hollywood needs to come to terms with, how it makes movies and see the light. I do think there are a lot of problems, and yeah, Hollywood needs to recognize it. But I don't think like pitting one movie that did exceptionally well on a small budget versus a movie that didn't do as well on a bigger budget is exactly the point.
Well, because part of the model has always been we're gonna make a bunch of things and one of them's gonna go.
Yeah, and um,
But also, hey, but I would love for movie ticket. I don't. Well, I don't know if that plays into it at all. Like, is that how much ticket prices? Like to pay $24 to see a movie.
is that how
That's
much you paid for One Battle?
well, I fucking got because we're doing this podcast. I'm going to more movies. I got the AMC lister pass,
Oh, right.
so now I'm spending $30 a month to see as many as I can muster. But
Well, Tanner posted his ticket stub from the Vista because I think he went and saw it in VistaVision, but it was $25. And I messaged him. I was like, was it really $25 for one? I mean, can screenings get up to that much, or is it just because he saw it in VistaVision?
dude, I saw a matinee at AMC and it was $20.
What?
There is one theater in LA that I'm aware of that it's in Pasadena where you can see first run movies for like $10.
Wow. I feel like when I left, an average movie was like 13 or $14.
No, dude, it's like $24 now. It's stupid.
Wow.
So if for some reason if that plays into the business model at all, if for these theaters, and this is me being completely ignorant how the film business works, but like if the theaters have to pay the studios a certain premium to license the films, and the films are obviously because the budgets are so high, they're making the theaters pay so high, and the theaters got to charge you $25. That's stupid. I don't want to spend that much money to see a movie.
you do wonder, I wonder if studios have ever played with this formula where they do take a couple years and their slate is filled with more smaller size projects, hoping that one becomes like a mega hit
Mm-hmm.
rather than do several blockbusters. Like if Warner Brothers, and I think this is what a lot of people probably want to see, is hey, I love Leonardo DiCaprio, but do I need to see him in a film or does he need to make X amount? Like I would rather see, and I'm not saying this, I haven't seen One Battle, but people might say like I would rather see for the money. Avatar might be a better example. For the money you're going to take and throw at Avatar, give me 20 indie films. The you can do a ton more smaller films than some of these huge, giant blockbusters that you're planning. And now Avatar might be a bad example even because those make money. But, you know, like Snow White or what are a couple of the other flops this year, you know, like that they've sunken into IP that, you know, people aren't interested in. But you could say, yeah, people are interested in more smaller budget films. And then, you know, just one of those needs to hit and you're already looking at like a better return than, you know, pushing out a lot of these bigger budget films. Am I talking on my ass a little bit? Yes, because I'm not like the one running the numbers. I'm not, you know, in charge of slates for big studios. But that is something that I think is probably a big concern. Not necessarily how much the actors are making, but just how much the movies cost in general and how much then they need to make back to even profit.
Eventually, though, you would want some big blockbuster film.
Yeah, and I'm not saying do away with them entirely. I'm just saying your model, if your model right now is like 70-30, like 70% huge blockbuster funded stuff, 30%, you know, small stuff, maybe, you know, you skewer it a little more 50-50 or a little more the other way. I don't know. That's just,
I don't think though that if for whatever reason Hollywood's like, okay, instead of making one $100 million film, we're gonna make 10 $10 million films. I don't think audiences are going to the theater to see. And maybe they would if the price tickets were lower, but I don't think that people would rather just stay in their house and watch something.
I disagree. Warner Brothers had a great run this year for the exact opposite reason. I think you've got Sinners, which, yeah, sure, it's got Michael B. Jordan, but at the end of the day, I don't think that was a crazy budgeted film. You've got Weapons. Weapons was like 30 million, you know? So yeah, sure, it's a little more than we're talking about right now, but then it went on to make a gajillion dollars, you know?
Sinners. Well, that's kind of crazy. Sinners budget was, what does it say? Not,
I think it was like around, was it around 30?
90 million?
Was it really 90 million?
This is the AI overview, so I don't know if it's correct. But then at box office is 366 million.
Well, either way, yeah, it did really well. But that's a bad example then. I didn't realize it was that much money. But
did you see the dance numbers in that film, dude? You don't get that kind of.
You're right.
You don't get those sort of scenes. Do you see when she spit in his mouth? You don't get that without spending $100 million.
Dude, that shot alone was $100,000.
Yeah, they had to CGI. They had to CGI that in because she was sick on set. She's like, I can't actually spit into his mouth because he'll get sick. And then
she had a mask on. They had to alter. They had to CGI.
They both had green. Yeah, they both had green hoods on their faces.
Yeah, the latex green masks.
So okay, so films are expensive. Are you gonna go, Aaron? Are you gonna go to see the 10 movies in 1 month?
I like to believe that I would see. I've been trying this year. I've been trying a lot more to go to the theater. Also, it works out that I have a pretty good discounted theater near me that runs movies pretty cheaply on Monday nights. So that's
what does it cost you? $10?
$6.
$6?
$6, baby.
So you can see
Monday night.
So you can see, yeah, you can see. You can go every Monday and pay as much as I'm paying for, my AMC thing.
Yeah. So that's why I think that your deal is pretty good, especially if one movie is costing like around $24.
They kind of make it so, yeah, if you're gonna see more than two,
it's
movies,
like they price it that way. Where like, hey, see more than one a month, and it pays for itself.
Right? They kind of corner you.
Well, I remember the golden days of when
AMC
Movie Pass was $9.99 a month. You remember that?
Yeah, that was a crazy deal.
That was so crazy.
Well, I guess no, they're not. Because wait, is your theater is not an AMC, right?
No,
so you don't get the Nicole Kidman.
I don't.
You don't get that. The last two. So they started playing a shortened version of it. They're not doing the whole thing anymore.
Okay.
And the last two films I went to, someone in the crowd was like, "Bring back the original." It almost sounded like the same guy.
Does AMC still have the intro? I don't know if it was for Coke or whatever, where the kids sit down and like the forest grows around them and their chairs like lift off the
Oh, I
ground.
forgot about that one. No, this one
No.
they've been doing a thing where it's like a guy is in the theater and he tosses a piece of popcorn up and we zoom into the popcorn and then it goes to like it's like urban environment, the wet street, the boys versus the girls, dance off. Bing, 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 and then we zoom into her sunglasses and then it's we're in a car and he's driving the car and she pulls up next to him and like gives him like a little wink. Zoom in one more time. She turns. They're on a New York street in fall and he gets real close to her. There's a Coke between them and she takes a sip of the Coke. Cut. Zoom into they're both sitting in the theater together. They're on a date, you know, and this was like a fever dream inside one of their heads.
That's what I think of when I drink Coke.
Yeah, so that's what AMC's doing with Coke these days.
We got to get in on the Coke production money, man.
We should make a Coke film. We'll call it Blow. Look, I apologize for this episode.
Yeah, me too. Look, we'll get back on the wagon.
This was
guys.
bad. I tried to go on a whole rant about a topic, and I feel like I sounded scatterbrained, like I don't have cohesive thoughts about the topic, but I promise I kind of do.
I promise you do. As your best friend, I promise Vinny's still with it.
Dude,
but I will let everybody know when you start to slip.
Because first we were like way over here, and then it was like way over here. Then we're coming all the way back way over here.
It was like kind of all over the place.
Like what I feel like just to solidify my point.
Yeah.
I just say if you're gonna call yourself a comedian, and you're gonna stand behind one of the most divisive politicians in U.S. history, and cheer him on, I just go fuck yourself.
There you go. There you have it. That drove.
You're not a comedian at that point. You are a shill.
Oh.
You are a mouthpiece. You're a useful idiot. You're not. Comedy should hold no allegiance to any form of authority in this country. And so if you're going to get, and you go, oh, because I'm getting canceled, go cry me a river, you little fucking baby.
All right. Look, next week, we're going to jump into spooky
Scary
season.
movies. We're trying to, I got to get back to Donut too.
Yep. Get back to him.
Okay.
We're going to do one battle after another.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a two for next week, okay? One battle right into spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
To be determined. And buckle in, guys. It might get a little creepy. Are you going to decorate for this?
Ooh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that.
I should decorate. I could put my light on in my background. I might have like a skeleton head I can hang or something.
I love that idea, dude.
I love that for us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this episode 80 for the ladies did not turn out to be for the ladies, but I don't know who
the ladies might have enjoyed this.
If anybody watched it and it turned out to be for you, thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. I probably won't even listen to this episode.
I definitely won't. This is we're doing it for the algorithm.
Give me that algorithm.
Gonna keep the posting schedule going. All right.
All right, guys. Hey, I enjoyed talking to you, buddy.
I enjoyed also with you.
I hope you have a good night. I hope you sleep tight.
You too. Nighty night.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.